What is factoring difference of squares? Have you ever wondered how to simplify polynomials that involve perfect squares? Today, we are going to break down the concept of factoring the difference of squares. This method is essential in algebra and can make working with certain expressions much easier. Factoring the difference of squares is a technique used to simplify specific polynomial expressions. The expression we are looking at is called the difference of two squares. This occurs when you subtract one perfect square from another. A perfect square is simply a number or variable raised to the power of 2. For example, both x2 and 9 are perfect squares since 9 equals 3 squared. The general form of a difference of squares looks like this: a 2b2. Here, both a 2 and b2 are perfect squares, and the operation between them is subtraction. The exciting part is that this expression can be factored into the product of two binomials. These binomials are known as conjugate pairs. They have the same terms but opposite signs between them. The formula for factoring the difference of squares is simple. A 2b2 is equal to a plus b, ab. To use this formula, you take the square root of the first term, which is a, and the square root of the second term, which is b. Then you write two binomials, one with a plus sign and one with a minus sign. Let's look at a concrete example to see how this works. Consider the expression x2 9. First, we recognize that x2 is a perfect square because it is x squared. Next, we see that 9 is also a perfect square since it is 3 squared. Now, applying our formula, we can factor x2 9 as x plus 3, x3. This method of factoring is not just for show, it has practical applications. For instance, if you want to solve the equation x2 9 is equal to 0, factoring it as x plus 3, x3 is equal to 0 allows you to find the solutions easily. In this case, the solutions are x is equal to and x is equal to 3. It is important to note that this pattern only applies when you have subtraction between two perfect squares. If you have a sum of squares, like x2 plus 9, this method does not work. In summary, factoring the difference of squares is a straightforward technique that transforms a subtraction of two squared terms into the product of two binomials with opposite signs. This process simplifies working with certain polynomial expressions, making algebra a little less daunting.